raised in Iran in a family with 6 siblings, mom and dad, very intelligent human beings, but mom had 2 years of education, dad had 3 years of education. Education was extremely important between these two. I wanted to be a teacher because mom always built teachers so much. But I graduated from high school, took an entrance exam, and told me that I was going to be an agricultural engineer. And I had no interest. Apparently I was good at math. It was around 78 where the smell of revolution was all over. And as a kid, did not like the closed society in Iran. Very oppressed. So I asked mom permission to leave, and she said, sure. First, I communicated with a bunch of places in United States. Took my application to the embassy, stood in the same embassy that they took over the hostages like less than a year after I left. I took about 9 months to learn English. Then I applied at the University of Delaware. I tried agriculture engineering. No. I eventually met my wife, my late wife, in Delaware, who was from Utah, going to Utah State. For me to get to what I wanted to do, it took 15, 16 years. Good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning.
How are you? I was very, very excited about having a job as a teacher in the classroom. And I think right off the bat, I was happy with what I was doing. So these kids, when they come in the classroom the first day of school, they're shocked first because the vacation is over. 2, and they're still those little kids who are unorganized. And if I don't set up the classroom and set up the system that I want, that the moment they walk in, I'm in trouble. I'm gonna go behind the piano and I'm gonna play a tiny little song. When I play that song, I want you to all come sit here. If you notice when you walked into the classroom, all the desks and chairs are in one side and there's one big opening in the front of the class. This piano that I play, it's your cue that no matter what we're doing, you have to stop and go sit over there. And when you go there, push your chairs in so people can get behind you, okay? Are you ready? And I'm gonna look at you. That's when I do a signal and they all come in front of the classroom. This place is called the gathering spot. The system that I do, it gives me so much freedom to work individually with students while the others are doing their own stuff. Now look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that a unit fraction? It's organized. It's very, very organized. How many ways do you read the book?
3.
Number 1?
Read the words.
I mean, day 1, if I only pass them papers and pencil and say, this is how you line up to go to the hallway, and let's start teaching fractions, I've lost them right there. Fraction to them is a monster, and to introduce a monster and expect them to be angels, it's counterproductive. So first, really 20 days, we practice the correct behavior during the daily 5. So daily 5 is the brainchild of 2 very effective teachers. They've come up with the daily 5 and the cafe menu. The whole philosophy behind it is that there are 5 things that it helps a child's literacy. Kids will do 5 things throughout the day. They either read to themselves, they either read to someone else, or they're working on their writing, or they're listening to a reading, or they're working on word work and spelling and so on. Do you think I have enough room to have conference with Luis? The routine of daily 5 and the menu is so that the kids get a lot of individual attention. And I go one by one, 3 minutes, 4 minutes at a time, and conference with them based on the goal that they're working. Cross it out and try it again. So if I am sitting with Jan Mario and he needs help with comprehension, he's a very fluent reader, but when I ask him, what did you read? He throws his shoulders up. So he can decode very well, but he doesn't understand. I put his name on that gap. He knows that his name is in the comprehension section, and he has this menu of strategies to pick from. I will always start my conference, Jan Maria, what are your goals? What are you working on? He says comprehension. And then from the menu below, I ask him, what strategies are you using to make yourself better, to reach your comprehension goal? He tells me, I check for understanding. I need you to read this, and then while you're reading, I'm going to check to see if you do use that check for understanding. I want to see how you use it. If you accumulate all the time that you spend trying to discipline and trying to organize your classroom throughout the year, those little times will add up. So it's much better to set the routine right off the bat than trying to periodically do it throughout the year, which is not effective at all. I'm thrilled because I've always been one who has swam against the tide. I feel good. I feel satisfied with how my life has turned around. Beginning of the year, I introduced myself to these students as to who I am, where I came from, and if they can relate to me and see part of themselves in me, it's a great way of building relationship with them. And teaching is always about building relationship. Are you thinking? I've had so many students that I do see the effect of me helping them become a good learner. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you get them, do the same thing that my mom did for me, that really, really deep down in your bone, know that education is the only way for you. They're doing reports in 22 different countries in this classroom. And it's amazing how much they have learned little by little through their current events and through their research and the reading that they're doing, that how we're affected by each other, how much we are related to each other. They're understanding the connectivity that we all have with each other. And that's teaching.